Hey, it's Albert with Two Tribes Primal Living, and wanted to make a video today because my wife is returning. Um, she's been gone. Today will be the fourth day that she's been gone, but she's been spending some time with her family in Colorado, and I put that out there in a video a couple of days ago. But I just wanted to talk about the time that I spent alone out here. Um, I mean, literally all alone, nobody to talk to, other than a couple of phone calls that I had with her. Um, so, but chickens, dogs, a couple of horses, and then some cattle I got to converse with. But as much as I love being alone, as much as I love um, being able to freely think and to act freely, um, as an individual, um, that's not where I'm happiest. Um, I'm happiest with my wife. I'm happiest with my partner, my friend. Um, when she's here, she balances me. Um, I do like alone time. It's not that in being out here in the mountains, alone time is not hard to get. Considering that the cabin is down there and everything that we do or work on is up here, and she's working on her projects and I'm working on my projects. But sometimes we do work on the project on similar projects together, but we're around each other 24/7 a day. There is no break. um, Either she's worried about where I'm at or wondering where I'm at, if I'm okay, or I'm doing the same thing, because um, we're greedy about each other. We love each other's company. Um, we love being in each other's presence, and it's been like this since we met. There's been very little, I mean, minimal separation between us. From before we came out here, we worked together, we lived together, and everything. I mean, so she's somebody that I probably spent more time with in my life than anybody else, unbroken. So I value her presence. I value her energy. Um, I know she probably doesn't always feel that way, and I think sometimes I annoy the shit out of her. But you know, it's it's the relationship. So the thing about me being alone or liking to be alone is I don't really. It's not that I don't like people. I think people are all experiencing this world, this existence, this paradigm in their own unique way. I just have a hard time with small talk with people. I don't like talking about the weather. I don't like talking about um, TV shows or politics or the score of some professional sports game or anything like that. There's an airplane flying over. I never see them. They're always just flying over. But I particularly don't like that small talk. I don't like talking about other people. I don't like talking about uh, what he said and she said, and did you hear about this, or did you see this on the internet, or did you see this on TV? I mean, to me, that's a waste of time. It's like, don't we got anything more important to talk about? So being alone um, allows me to reflect from within. It allows me to think about things that I want to talk about, that I'm interested in, that I genuinely am concerned with, and generally those topics are too deep for most people. They're just way too deep, and truth is something that is you know It's supposed to be a virtue. Authenticity is supposed to be a virtue, but apparently those things are frowned upon. You walk into a room full of people and you introduce truth to them, and they'll get offended and they'll get pissed off and they'll argue and bicker and but truth is not um, something that is even honest. I couldn't even think of a way to say it. Truth is not truth. Truth is, as a little kid, you grow up a little guy, a little gal, and you learn to talk, and mommy wants to know, did you do that? You tell me the truth. If you tell me the truth, you won't get in trouble. All you have to do is let me know whether and you grow up and you hear this shit and you go to school and they're the same thing. Did you cheat off of this person or whatever, and you're just taught all this integrity and all this truth. But meanwhile, you're being lied to about the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and all this other stuff. And me and my wife, we talk about this shit. But most people don't want to talk about it. They want to, we tell our kids about the Easter Bunny because it's fun and it makes memories and it makes the Santa Claus and his shelf on the elf bullshit and all this other stuff is like, but you're lying to them. Why are you lying to them? Why is lying to your child okay? Why not be honest with them? Why can't it be fun to be honest? Why can't it be memorable to be honest? I mean, it's like, and then you grow up and you go into the education system and you learn about history and all this other shit, and come to find out a lot of that is just manipulated truth. I mean, it's not truth. Then you go into the workforce and you're introduced into more bullshit because now it's about safety. No, it's about lawsuits. It's not about safety. It's about lawsuits. Why don't you just say, we need you to follow these guidelines so that you don't sue us? And in politics and in these televangelists who are using, biblical teachings to pull money out of people's pockets so that they can drive in Maseratis and have $1 million homes, and it's like, wow, this whole world is a bunch of bullshit. You have the illusion of truth, and for me and my wife, and that's one of the reasons I don't like being around people, is because I don't like bullshit. I don't like to sit there and talk about stupid bullshit. And to them, the football game is the most important thing on the planet, or to them, the idiots on the Bachelorette or the Bachelor are the most important thing, or the gossip that this soccer mom didn't provided enough cupcakes for all the teammates. I mean, it's fucking monotonous. It is insane that we live these tragedies of raising our kids in bullshit. I think I would have appreciated a lot more if nobody told me about the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy or the Santa Claus or any of that shit, because I think I would have understood a little bit more about honesty. And parents are the biggest liars. Parents parents, politicians, and lawyers are biggest fucking liars on the planet. All they do is lie. I mean, I was a parent. I had to lie to my kid, but it was it's like we and then you learn to do that, and then you carry it into your marriage. And one of my problems with my wife, as much as I love her, as much as I adore her, I can't lie to her. I cannot. She asks me a question, and it may be a harsh answer to her, but to me it's just, I'm just being honest. I don't like that, no. But and I think when we walk around in life, and we are taught to bend the truth, and we're taught to do these things, You know, I mean, everybody has to do it. I have to do it. Um, you know, when dealing with the public like I did for so many years, um, shit, I lied to a lot of people. I had to tell them that, yeah, you that's a great idea. That's the best idea I've ever heard. When deep down inside, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you really think that there's not a better way to do it? Well, fine, whatever. We'll do it the stupid way. So, and that's just, you know, I have to bite the bullet on those in those situations. But now that I'm out here, you know, I get to intermingle with the trees and the mountains and the animals and the chickens and all the insects, because all that shit is truth. They don't there's no lies out here. And I think that's what I like about being out here by myself, is when I put energy out there and I put my true questions out there. My mind is so clear because I'm not around a lot of corruption out here. I'm not around a lot of manipulation. I'm not around a lot of deceit. That it's easy, and it's easy to obtain truth just from your higher self. It's easy. It's so easy to align with truth. It's so easy to understand that yeah, that's your fault. You're being the asshole in this situation. You're the one who is being bullheaded. You're the one who is not understanding what she is saying, and you're the one who is not understanding that that was hurtful. You know, and now go apologize. So you know, these are things that as a married couple out here, and people, Nikki is a very honest person too, and it gets her in a lot of trouble. Well, I wouldn't call it trouble. It gets her a lot of frowns, little frowny faces, little emoji frowny faces, and stuff like that, or or unfollowed or blocked or disliked or whatever. And for me, I don't really focus on that stuff. I focus on authenticity and truth, and she does too. So it's real hard for two honest people to always align, um, in a mental capacity, and I can use that um, depiction to the T, because spiritually, physically, we are in perfect alignment. But when the mental part comes into it, when there's a little bit of little emotion involved, because the whole emotion brain chemical reaction thing, that's triggered by the brain. So it's mental. When I offend her mentally or she offends me mentally, then we really have to go within ourselves, and we really have to go, who's at fault here, and but being married to somebody like that, where you're around them 24/7, and then you live in a tiny cabin, and then there's nobody else around to talk to, and you really have to be in love with that person. You really have to respect and honor that person, and that's something that me as a man, I don't have that influence. I don't have the influence to be that guy from other guys. There's very few people that I know, and there's one couple in particular that for me it was a fairly new friendship, but they were a couple that they're in love with each other. They adore each other, and I wish I would have been able to spend more time with them, been able to spend more time around them, so that I could pick up on the energy that it's okay as a guy to be in love with your wife. It's okay as a guy to show your wife your emotional side, and to show your weaknesses too. But growing up with the whole male machismo bullshit that where you're pussy whooped, and you're this and you're that, and why don't you check out that waitress over there? those are the kind of guys that I've been influenced by my whole life, and I've always been the oddball that's sitting there going, dude, you're married. Dude, you got a girlfriend. Dude, she just left. She's in the bathroom. What are you doing? And this is 90% of the fucking men that I know, and it frustrated the shit out of me because I was never that guy. I couldn't be that guy. I never saw integrity in being that guy. And, you know, you'd be surprised how many guys are like that, that you think are these upstanding Christian men, and they're family men and bullshit. They're checking out ass, and they're checking out an opportunity. They're just waiting for an opportunity. I have a saying about cheating. Women need a reason to cheat. Men need a place. And that's the influence that I've grown up with my whole life. And I've not been disappointed in following that philosophy, because most men just need a fucking place to cheat on their wives. Most men just need a place to cheat on their girlfriends or fiance or whatever you want to call it. And I'm not calling guys out. I'm just telling you how it is. And you know, like I said, truth is one of those things that people don't want to hear. They want to believe everything's rainbows and butterflies and unicorn shit and whatever else makes people happy. The illusion of happy. I'm not into the illusion of happy. My wife's not into the illusion of happy. We're into the actual absolute integrity of happiness, based on truth. And so that's why I miss my wife, is because this is a conversation that I could have with her, and she would rebound off of me and I would rebound off of her, and we could sit here and talk for about an hour and a half about the infidelities of people that we know, the structure of modern day marriages and relationships, and how the integrity and the absence of loyalty and commitment is out the window. And like I said, there's a small percentage of married couples who are genuinely in love with each other, and they would never consider that. And those are the people that we, as a married couple, connect with, that we value, we honor, we appreciate those people in our lives that have that commitment, that have that foundation of integrity to the marriage. You know, so when I say that my wife is my friend, she is my friend, because there's nothing that I can say to her about what's going on inside me that is going to offend her. If I, you know, don't give her enough praise or enough appreciation, then, you know, I can definitely offend her. I can definitely put her in a situation where she's like, well, he didn't even notice that I did this, or he didn't even notice that I'm wearing my hair this way, or whatever. And that's just me being a dumb guy. But being a dumb guy who isn't in connection with his attention to detail, you know, is got nothing to do with integrity. It's got nothing to do with loyalty. It's got nothing to do with fulfilling my vows to her in marriage. So being out here alone without her the last few days has made me realize how important she is in my world, how important that she has become. And you know, I'm in love with her more today than I was before she left. And it's not because of being isolated. It's because she's everywhere out here. She's everywhere. She's had a hand in everything that we've done out here, and it's just one of those things that it's like, oh, she did that. I didn't even notice it. When she was here, I didn't notice it. But look what she did. She's smart. She did it like that, and it's like, whoa. So the absence of her allowed for a little bit of room for appreciation. And if I found anything in myself with her being gone these last few days, it was that I appreciate her and I appreciate everything about her, especially out here off grid in the mountains at 9,000 feet. Um, I have to trust her with everything that I have. I have to trust her, um, and I also have to make sure that she knows that. And this video is more for her than anybody else out there, because I can't wait to see her when she comes back. They're actually driving back from Colorado right now, but you know, if you're a guy out there and you really love your wife and you really appreciate and you honor and you respect her and truthfully, I mean, you would never do anything to harm her, then give me a thumbs up and let me know that you're on the same level of integrity that I am on, and you know, like, subscribe. I got to go in there and clean some stuff up in the cabin that I made a mess, and I don't want her to see it. So, but I kind of live like a slob, not a slob, a bachelor. I ate raviolis out of the pan and soaked up the juice with 2 pieces of bread while she was gone, just because that's what I do. I didn't want to cook a whole meal and make a mess for myself, but I'd make a mess for her and clean it up. So, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Take care.